The McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom II is a tandem two-seat, twin-engine, all-weather, long-range supersonic jet interceptor and fighter bomber originally developed for the United States Navy by McDonnell Aircraft. It first entered service in 1960 with the U.S. Navy. Proving highly adaptable, it was also adopted by the U.S. Marine Corps and the U.S. Air Force, and by the mid-1960s had become a major part of their air wings. The Phantom is a large fighter with a top speed of over Mach 2.2. It can carry more than 18,000 pounds, 8,400 kilograms, of weapons on 9 external hardpoints, including air-to-air missiles, air-to-ground missiles, and various bombs. The F-4, like other interceptors of its time, was designed without an internal cannon. Later models incorporated an M61 Vulcan rotary cannon. Beginning in 1959, it set 15 world records for in-flight performance, including an absolute speed record, and an absolute altitude record. The F-4 was used extensively during the Vietnam War. It served as the principal air superiority fighter for both the Navy and Air Force, and became important in the ground attack and aerial reconnaissance roles late in the war. The Phantom has the distinction of being the last U.S. fighter flown by pilots who attained ace status in the 20th century. During the Vietnam War, 1 U.S. Air Force pilot, 2 Weapon Systems Officers, WSOs, 1 U.S. Navy pilot and 1 Radar Intercept Officer, RIO, became aces by achieving 5 aerial kills against enemy fighter aircraft. The F-4 continued to form a major part of U.S. military air power throughout the 1970s and 1980s, being gradually replaced by more modern aircraft such as the F-15 Eagle and F-16 in the U.S. Air Force, the Grumman F-14 Tomcat in the U.S. Navy, and the F/A-18 Hornet in the U.S. Navy and U.S. Marine Corps. The F-4 Phantom II remained in use by the U.S. in the reconnaissance and Wild Weasel, suppression of enemy air defenses, roles in the 1991 Gulf War, finally leaving service in 1996. It was also the only aircraft used by both U.S. flight demonstration teams, the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds, F-4E, and the U.S. Navy Blue Angels, F-4J. The F-4 was also operated by the armed forces of 11 other nations. Israeli Phantoms saw extensive combat in several Arab-Israeli conflicts, while Iran used its large fleet of Phantoms acquired before the fall of the Shah in the Iran-Iraq War. Phantoms remain in front-line service with 4 countries. Phantom production ran from 1958 to 1981, with a total of 5,195 built, making it the most produced American supersonic military aircraft. As of 2017, nearly 60 years after its introduction, the F-4 remains in service with Iran, Japan, South Korea, and Turkey. The aircraft has most recently seen service against the Islamic State group in the Middle East. Development. Origins. In 1952, McDonnell's chief of aerodynamics, Dave Lewis, was appointed by CEO Jim McDonnell to be the company's preliminary design manager. With no new aircraft competitions on the horizon, internal studies concluded the Navy had the greatest need for a new and different aircraft type, an attack fighter. In 1953, McDonnell Aircraft began work on revising its F-3H Demon naval fighter, seeking expanded capabilities and better performance. The company developed several projects including a variant powered by a Wright J67 engine, and variants powered by 2 Wright J65 engines, or 2 General Electric J79 engines. The J79-powered version promised a top speed of Mach 1.97. On September 19, 1953, McDonnell approached the United States Navy with a proposal for the Super Demon. Uniquely, the aircraft was to be modular. It could be fitted with 1 or 2 seat noses for different missions, with different nose cones to accommodate radar, photo cameras, 420 mm, .79 in, cannon, or 56 FFAR unguided rockets in addition to the 9 hardpoints under the wings and the fuselage. The Navy was sufficiently interested to order a full-scale mock-up of the F-3HG/H, but felt that the upcoming Grumman XF-9 F9 and Vought XF-8U1 already satisfied the need for a supersonic fighter. The McDonnell design was therefore reworked into an all-weather fighter bomber with 11 external hardpoints for weapons, and on October 18, 1954, the company received a letter of intent for 2 Ya-1 prototypes. On May 26, 1955, 4 Navy officers arrived at the McDonnell offices and, within an hour, presented the company with an entirely new set of requirements. Because the Navy already had the Douglas A-4 Skyhawk for ground attack and F-8 Crusader for dogfighting, the project now had to fulfill the need for an all-weather fleet defense interceptor. A second crewman was added to operate the powerful radar. XF-4H-1 prototype. The XF-4H-1 was designed to carry 4 semi-recessed AAMN-6 Sparrow 3 radar-guided missiles, and to be powered by 2 J-79 GE-8 engines. As in the McDonnell F-101 Voodoo, the engines sat low in the fuselage to maximize internal fuel capacity and ingested air through fixed geometry intakes. The thin section wing had a leading edge sweep of 45 degrees and was equipped with blown flaps for better low-speed handling. Wind tunnel testing had revealed lateral instability requiring the addition of 5 degrees dihedral to the wings. To avoid redesigning the titanium central section of the aircraft, McDonnell engineers angled up only the outer portions of the wings by 12 degrees, which averaged to the required 5 degrees over the entire wingspan. The wings also received the distinctive dog tooth for improved control at high angles of attack. The all-moving tailplane was given 23 degrees of anhedral to improve control at high angles of attack while still keeping the tailplane clear of the engine exhaust. In addition, air intakes were equipped with variable geometry ramps to regulate airflow to the engines at supersonic speeds. All-weather intercept capability was achieved thanks to the AN/APQ-50 radar. To accommodate carrier operations, the landing gear was designed to withstand landings with a sink rate of 23 feet/s, 7 m/s, while the nose strut could extend by some 20 in, 51 centimeters, to increase angle of attack at takeoff. On July 25, 1955, the Navy ordered 2 XF-4H-1 test aircraft and 5 YF-4H-1 pre-production examples. The Phantom made its maiden flight on May 27, 1958 with Robert C. Little at the controls. A hydraulic problem precluded retraction of the landing gear, but subsequent flights went more smoothly. Early testing resulted in redesign of the air intakes, including the distinctive addition of 12,500 holes to bleed off the slow-moving boundary layer air from the surface of each intake ramp. Series production aircraft also featured splitter plates to divert the boundary layer away from the engine intakes. The aircraft soon squared off against the XF-8U-3 Crusader III. Due to operator workload, the Navy wanted a 2-seat aircraft, and on December 17, 1958 the F-4H was declared a winner. Delays with the J-79 GE-8 engines meant that the first production aircraft were fitted with J-79 GE-2 and 2A engines, each having 16,100 lbf, 71.8 knots, of afterburning thrust. In 1959, the Phantom began carrier suitability trials with the first complete launch recovery cycle performed on February 15, 1960 from Independence. There were proposals to name the F-4H Satan and Mithras. In the end, the aircraft was given the less controversial name Phantom II, the first Phantom being another McDonnell jet fighter, the F-H-1 Phantom. The Phantom II was briefly given the designation F-110A and the name Spectre by the U.S. Air Force, but neither name was officially used. Production. Early in production, the radar was upgraded to the Westinghouse/APQ-72, and an APG-50 with a larger radar antenna, necessitating the bulbous nose, and the canopy was reworked to improve visibility and make the rear cockpit less claustrophobic. During its career, the Phantom underwent many changes in the form of numerous variants developed. The U.S. Air Force received Phantoms as the result of Defense Secretary Robert McNamara's push to create a unified fighter for all branches of the military. After an F-4B won the Operation High Speed Fly-Off against the Convair F-106 Delta Dart, the U.S. Air Force borrowed 2 naval F-4Bs, temporarily designating them F-110A Spectre in January 1962, and developed requirements for their own version. Unlike the Navy's focus on interception, the U.S. Air Force emphasized a fighter-bomber role. With McNamara's unification of designations on September 18, 1962, the Phantom became the F-4 with the naval version designated F-4B and U.S. Air Force F-4C. The first Air Force Phantom flew on May 27, 1963, exceeding Mach 2 on its maiden flight. The USN operated the F-4H-1, redesignated F-4A in 1962, with J-79GE2 and -2A engines of 16,100 lbf, 71.62 knots, thrust and later builds receiving -8 engines. A total of 45 F-4As were built and none saw combat and most ended up as test or training aircraft. The USN and USMC received the first definitive Phantom, the F-4B, which was equipped with the Westinghouse APQ-72 radar, pulse only, a Texas Instruments AAA-4 infrared search and track pod under the nose, an AN/AJB-3 bombing system and powered by J-79GE-88A and -8B engines of 10,900 lbf, 48.5 knots, dry and 16,950 lbf, 75.4 knots, afterburner, reheat, with the first flight on March 25, 1961. 649 F-4Bs were built with deliveries beginning in 1961 and VF-121 pacemakers receiving the first examples at NAS Miramar. The F-4J had improved air-to-air and ground attack capability, deliveries begun in 1966 and ended in 1972 with 522 built. It was equipped with J-79GE-10 engines with 17,844 lbf, 79.374 knots, thrust, the Westinghouse AWG-10 fire control system, making the F-4J the first fighter in the world with operational look-down/shoot-down capability, a new integrated missile control system and the AN/AJB-7 bombing system for expanded ground attack capability. The F-4N, updated F-4BS, with smokeless engines and F-4J aerodynamic improvements started in 1972 under a U.S. Navy-initiated refurbishment program called Project Beeline with 228 converted by 1978. The F-4S model resulted from the refurbishment of 265 F-4JS with J-79GE-17 smokeless engines of 17,900 lbf, 79.379 knots, AWG-10B radar with digitized circuitry for improved performance and reliability, Honeywell AN/Average 8 Visual Target Acquisition Set or VTAS, world's first operational helmet sighting system, classified avionics improvements, airframe reinforcement, and leading-edge slats for enhanced maneuvering. The USMC also operated the RF-4B with reconnaissance cameras with 46 built. Phantom II production ended in the United States in 1979 after 5,195 had been built, 5,057 by McDonnell Douglas and 138 in Japan by Mitsubishi. Of these, 2,874 went to the U.S. Air Force, 1,264 to the Navy and Marine Corps, and the rest to foreign customers. The last U.S. built F-4 went to South Korea, while the last F-4 built was an F-4EJ built by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries in Japan and delivered on May 20, 1981. As of 2008, 631 Phantoms were in service worldwide, while the Phantoms were in use as a target drone, specifically QF-4CS, operated by the U.S. military until December 21, 2016, when the Air Force officially ended use of the type. World records. To show off their new fighter, the Navy led a series of record-breaking flights early in Phantom development. All in all, the Phantom set 16 world records. Except for Skyburner, all records were achieved in unmodified production aircraft. 5 of the speed records remained unbeaten until the F-15 Eagle appeared in 1975. Operation Top Flight, on December 6, 1959, the second XF-4H-1 performed a zoom climb to a world record 98,557 feet, 30,040 m. Commander Lawrence E. Flint, Jr., USN accelerated his aircraft to Mach 2.5, 2,660 km per hour, 1,650 miles per hour, at 47,000 feet, 14,330 m, and climbed to 90,000 feet, 27,430 m, at a 45 degrees angle. He then shut down the engines and glided to the peak altitude. As the aircraft fell through 70,000 feet, 21,300 m, Flint restarted the engines and resumed normal flight. On September 5, 1960, an F-4H-1 averaged 1,216.78 miles per hour, 1,958.16 kilometers per hour, over a 500 kilometers, 311 miles, closed-circuit course. On September 25, 1960, an F-4H-1F averaged 1,390.24 miles per hour, 2,237.37 kilometers per hour, over a 100 kilometers, 62.1 miles, closed-circuit course. FAR Record File Number 8898. Operation Lana, to celebrate the 50th anniversary of naval aviation. L is the Roman numeral for 50 and ANA stood for Anniversary of Naval Aviation. On May 24, 1961, Phantoms flew across the continental United States in under 3 hours and included several tanker refuelings. The fastest of the aircraft averaged 869.74 miles per hour, 1,400.28 kilometers per hour, and completed the trip in 2 hours 47 minutes, earning the pilot and future NASA astronaut, Lieutenant Richard Gordon, USN, and Rio, Lieutenant Bobby Young, USN, the 1961 Bendix Trophy. Operation Sageburner. On August 28, 1961, a F-4H-1F Phantom II averaged 1,452.777 km per hour, 902.714 miles per hour, over a 3 miles, 4.82 kilometers, course flying below 125 feet, 38.1 m, at all times. Commander J. L. Felsman, USN, was killed during the first attempt at this record on May 18, 1961, when his aircraft disintegrated in the air after pitch damper failure. Operation Skyburner. On November 22, 1961, a modified Phantom with water injection piloted by Lieutenant Colonel Robert B. Robinson, set an absolute world record average speed over a 20-mile, 32.2 kilometers, long two-way straight course of 1,606.342 miles per hour, 2,585.086 kilometers per hour. On December 5, 1961, another Phantom set a sustained altitude record of 66,443.8 feet, 20,252 m. Operation High Jump. A series of time-to-altitude records was set in early 1962, 34.523 seconds to 3,000 meters, 9,840 feet, 48.787 seconds to 6,000 meters, 19,700 feet, 61.629 seconds to 9,000 meters, 29,500 feet, 77.156 seconds to 12,000 meters, 39,400 feet, 114.548 seconds to 15,000 meters, 49,200 feet, 178.5 seconds to 20,000 meters, 65,600 feet, 230.44 seconds to 25,000 meters, 82,000 feet, and 371.43 seconds to 30,000 meters, 98,400 feet. Design. Overview. The F-4 Phantom is a tandem-seat fighter bomber designed as a carrier-based interceptor to fill the U.S. Navy's fleet defense fighter role. Innovations in the F-4 included an advanced pulse Doppler radar and extensive use of titanium in its airframe. Despite imposing dimensions and a maximum takeoff weight of over 60,000 pounds, 27,000 kilograms, the F-4 has a top speed of Mach 2.23 and an initial climb rate of over 41,000 feet/min, 210 m/s. The F-4S9 external hardpoints have a capability of up to 18,650 pounds, 8,480 kilograms, of weapons, including air-to-air and air-to-surface missiles, and unguided, guided, and thermonuclear weapons. Like other interceptors of its day, the F-4 was designed without an internal cannon. The baseline performance of a Mach II class fighter with long range and a bomber-sized payload would be the template for the next generation of large and light/middleweight fighters optimized for daylight air combat. Flight characteristics. In air combat, the Phantom's greatest advantage was its thrust, which permitted a skilled pilot to engage and disengage from the fight at will. As a massive fighter aircraft designed to fire radar-guided missiles from beyond visual range, it lacked the agility of its Soviet opponents and was subject to adverse yaw during hard maneuvering. Although thus subject to irrecoverable spins during aileron rolls, pilots reported the aircraft to be very communicative and easy to fly on the edge of its performance envelope. In 1972, the F-4E model was upgraded with leading-edge slats on the wing, greatly improving high angle of attack maneuverability at the expense of top speed. The J79 engines produced noticeable amounts of black smoke, at mid-throttle/cruise settings, a severe disadvantage in that the enemy could spot the aircraft. This was solved on the F-4S fitted with the 10A engine variant, which used a smokeless combustor. The F-4's biggest weakness, as it was initially designed, was its lack of an internal cannon. For a brief period, doctrine held that turning combat would be impossible at supersonic speeds, and little effort was made to teach pilots air combat maneuvering. In reality, engagements quickly became subsonic, as pilots would slow down in an effort to get behind their adversaries. Furthermore, the relatively new heat-seeking and radar-guided missiles at the time were frequently reported as unreliable, and pilots had to use multiple shots, also known as ripple firing, just to hit one enemy fighter. To compound the problem, rules of engagement in Vietnam precluded long-range missile attacks in most instances, as visual identification was normally required. Many pilots found themselves on the tail of an enemy aircraft but too close to fire short-range Falcons or Sidewinders. Although by 1965 U.S. Air Force F-4CS began carrying Su-16 external gun pods containing a 20 mm .79 in M61A1 Vulcan Gatling cannon, U.S. Air Force cockpits were not equipped with lead computing gun sights until the introduction of the Su-23, virtually assuring a miss in a maneuvering fight. Some Marine Corps aircraft carried two pods for strafing. In addition to the loss of performance due to drag, combat showed the externally mounted cannon to be inaccurate and less frequently bore-sighted, yet far more cost-effective than missiles. The lack of a cannon was finally addressed by adding an internally mounted 20 mm .79 in M61A1 Vulcan on the F-4E. Operational history. United States Navy. On December 30, 1960, the VF-121 pacemakers at NAS Miramar became the first Phantom operator with its F-4H-1FS, F-4S. The VF-74B Devilers at NAS Oceana became the first deployable Phantom squadron when it received its F-4H-1S, F-4BS, on July 8, 1961. The squadron completed carrier qualifications in October 1961 and Phantom's first full carrier deployment between August 1962 and March 1963 aboard Forrestal. The second deployable U.S. Atlantic Fleet squadron to receive F-4BS was the VF-102 Diamondbacks, who promptly took their new aircraft on the shakedown cruise of Enterprise. The first deployable U.S. Pacific Fleet squadron to receive the F-4B was the VF-114 Aardvarks, which participated in the September 1962 cruise aboard USS Kitty Hawk. By the time of the Tonkin Gulf incident, 13 of 31 deployable Navy squadrons were armed with the type. F-4BS from Constellation made the first Phantom combat sortie of the Vietnam War on August 5, 1964, flying bomber escort in Operation Pierce Arrow. The first Phantom air-to-air victory of the war took place on April 9, 1965 when an F-4B from VF-96 Fighting Falcons piloted by Lieutenant, Junior Grade, Terrence M. Murphy and his Rio, Ensign Ronald Fagan, shot down a Chinese MiG-17 Fresco. The Phantom was then shot down, probably by an AIM-7 Sparrow from one of its wingmen. There continues to be controversy over whether the Phantom was shot down by MiG guns or, as enemy reports later indicated, an AIM-7 Sparrow 3 from one of Murphy's and Fagan's wingmen. On June 17, 1965, an F-4B from VF-21 Freelancers piloted by Commander Louis Page and Lieutenant John C. Smith shot down the first North Vietnamese MiG of the war. On May 10, 1972, Lieutenant Randy Duke Cunningham and Lieutenant, Junior Grade, William P. Driscoll flying an F-4J, call sign Showtime 100, shot down 3 MiG-17s to become the first American flying aces of the war. Their fifth victory was believed at the time to be over a mysterious North Vietnamese ace, Colonel Nguyen Tuon, now considered mythical. On the return flight, the Phantom was damaged by an enemy surface-to-air missile. To avoid being captured, Cunningham and Driscoll flew their burning aircraft using only the rudder and afterburner. The damage to the aircraft rendered conventional control nearly impossible, until they could eject over water. During the war, U.S. Navy F-4 Phantom squadrons participated in 84 combat tours with F-4BS, F-4JS, and F-4NS. The Navy claimed 40 air-to-air victories at a cost of 73 Phantoms lost in combat, 7 to enemy aircraft, 13 to SAMs, and 53 to AAA. An additional 54 Phantoms were lost in mishaps. In 1984, the F-4NS had been retired, and by 1987 the last F-4SS were retired in the U.S. Navy deployable squadrons. On March 25, 1986, an F-4S belonging to the VF-151 Vigilantes, became the last active-duty U.S. Navy Phantom to launch from an aircraft carrier, in this case, Midway. On October 18, 1986, an F-4S from the VF-202 Superheats, a Naval Reserve Fighter Squadron, made the last ever Phantom carrier landing while operating aboard America. In 1987, the last of the Naval Reserve operated F-4S aircraft were replaced by F-14Es. The last Phantoms in service with the Navy were QF-4 target drones operated by the Naval Air Warfare Center at NAS Point Mugu, California. These airframes were subsequently retired in 2004. United States Marine Corps. The Marine Corps received its first F-4BS in June 1962, with the Black Knights of VMFA 314 at Marine Corps Air Station El Toro, California becoming the first operational squadron. Marine Phantoms from VMFA 531 Grey Ghosts were assigned to Da Nang Air Base on South Vietnam's northeast coast on May 10, 1965 and were initially assigned to provide air defense for the USMC. They soon began close air support missions, CA, and VMFA 314 Black Knights, VMFA 232 Red Devils, VMFA 323 Death Rattlers, and VMFA 542 Bengals soon arrived at the primitive airfield. Marine F-4 pilots claimed 3 enemy MiGs, 2 while on exchange duty with the U.S. Air Force, at the cost of 75 aircraft lost in combat, mostly to ground fire, and 4 in accidents. VMCJ-1 Golden Hawks, now VMAQ-1 and VMAQ-4, which has the old RM tail code, flew the first RF-4B photo recon mission on November 3, 1966 from Da Nang and remained there until 1970 with no RF-4B losses and 1 damaged by AAA. VMCJ-2 and VMCJ-3, now VMAQ-3, provided aircraft for VMCJ-1 in Da Nang, and VMFP-3 was formed in 1975 at MCAS El Toro, CA, consolidating all USMC RF-4BS in one unit that became known as the Eyes of the Corps. VMFP-3 disestablished in August 1990 after the Advanced Tactical Airborne Reconnaissance System was introduced for the F/A-18D Hornet. The F-4 continued to equip fighter attack squadrons in both Marine Corps active and reserve units throughout the 1960s, 1970s, and 1980s and into the early 1990s. In the early 1980s, these squadrons began to transition to the F/A-18 Hornet, starting with the same squadron that introduced the F-4 to the Marine Corps, VMFA 314 at MCAS El Toro, California. On January 18, 1992, the last Marine Corps Phantom, an F-4S in the Marine Corps Reserve, was retired by the Cowboys of VMFA-112, after which the squadron was re-equipped with F/A-18 Hornets. United States Air Force. In U.S. Air Force service, the F-4 was initially designated the F-110 Spectre prior to the introduction of the 1962 United States Tri-Service Aircraft Designation System. The U.S. Air Force quickly embraced the design and became the largest Phantom user. The first U.S. Air Force Phantoms in Vietnam were F-4CS from the 555th Tactical Fighter Squadron Triple Nickel, which arrived in December 1964. Unlike the U.S. Navy and U.S. Marine Corps, which flew the Phantom with a naval aviator, pilot, in the front seat and a naval flight officer as a radar intercept officer, RIO, in the back seat, the U.S. Air Force initially flew its Phantoms with a rated Air Force pilot in front and back seats. While the rear pilot, GIB, or guy in back, could fly and ostensibly land the aircraft, he had fewer flight instruments and a very restricted forward view. The Air Force later assigned a rated Air Force navigator qualified as a Weapon/Targeting Systems Officer, later designated as Weapon Systems Officer or WSO, in the rear seat instead of another pilot. However, all U.S. Air Force Phantoms retained dual flight controls throughout their service life. On July 10, 1965, F-4CS of the 45th Tactical Fighter Squadron, 15th TFW, on temporary assignment in U-Ban, Thailand, scored the U.S. Air Force's first victories against North Vietnamese MiG-17s using AIM-9 Sidewinder air-to-air missiles. On April 26, 1966, an F-4C from the 480th Tactical Fighter Squadron scored the first aerial victory by a U.S. aircrew over a North Vietnamese MiG-21 fish bed. On July 24, 1965, another Phantom from the 45th Tactical Fighter Squadron became the first American aircraft to be downed by an enemy SAM, and on October 5, 1966 an 8th Tactical Fighter Wing F-4C became the first U.S. jet lost to an air-to-air missile, fired by a MiG-21. Early aircraft suffered from leaks in wing fuel tanks that required resealing after each flight, and 85 aircraft were found to have cracks in outer wing ribs and stringers. There were also problems with aileron control cylinders, electrical connectors, and engine compartment fires. Reconnaissance RF-4CS made their debut in Vietnam on October 30, 1965, flying the hazardous post-strike reconnaissance missions. The U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds used the F-4E from the 1969 season until 1974. Although the F-4C was essentially identical to the Navy/Marine Corps F-4B in flight performance and carried the AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles, U.S. Air Force tailored F-4DS initially arrived in June 1967 equipped with AIM-4 Falcons. However, the Falcon, like its predecessors, was designed to shoot down heavy bombers flying straight and level. Its reliability proved no better than others, and its complex firing sequence and limited seeker head cooling time made it virtually useless in combat against agile fighters. The F-4DS reverted to using sidewinders under the Rivet Haste program in early 1968, and by 1972 the AIM-7E2 dogfight Sparrow had become the preferred missile for U.S. Air Force pilots. Like other Vietnam War Phantoms, the F-4DS were urgently fitted with radar homing and warning (RHAW) antennas to detect the Soviet-built S-75 Dvina SAMs. From the initial deployment of the F-4C to Southeast Asia, U.S. Air Force Phantoms performed both air superiority and ground attack roles, supporting not only ground troops in South Vietnam but also conducting bombing sorties in Laos and North Vietnam. As the F-105 force underwent severe attrition between 1965 and 1968, the bombing role of the F-4 proportionately increased until after November 1970, when the last F-105D was withdrawn from combat. It became the primary U.S. Air Force tactical ordnance delivery system. In October 1972 the first squadron of F-4C Wild Weasel aircraft deployed to Thailand on temporary duty. The E prefix was later dropped and the aircraft was simply known as the F-4C Wild Weasel. 16 squadrons of Phantoms were permanently deployed between 1965 and 1973, and 17 others deployed on temporary combat assignments. Peak numbers of combat F-4s occurred in 1972, when 353 were based in Thailand. A total of 445 Air Force Phantom fighter bombers were lost, 370 in combat and 193 of those over North Vietnam, 33 to MiGs, 30 to SAMs, and 307 to AAA. The RF-4C was operated by 4 squadrons, and of the 83 losses, 72 were in combat including 38 over North Vietnam, 7 to SAMs and 65 to AAA. By war's end, the U.S. Air Force had lost a total of 528 F-4 and RF-4C Phantoms. When combined with U.S. Navy and Marine Corps losses of 233 Phantoms, 761 F-4/RF-4 Phantoms were lost in the Vietnam War. On August 28, 1972, Captain Steve Ritchie became the first U.S. Air Force ace of the war. On September 9, 1972, WSO Capt. Charles B. de Bellevue became the highest-scoring American ace of the war with 6 victories. And WSO Capt. Jeffrey Feinstein became the last U.S. Air Force ace of the war on October 13, 1972. Upon return to the United States, de Bellevue and Feinstein were assigned to undergraduate pilot training. Feinstein was given a vision waiver, and requalified as U.S. Air Force pilots in the F-4. U.S. Air Force F-4C/D/E crews scored 107½ MiG kills in Southeast Asia, 50 by Sparrow, 31 by Sidewinder, 5 by Falcon, 15.5 by gun, and 6 by other means. On January 31, 1972, the 170th Tactical Fighter Squadron/183d Tactical Fighter Group of the Illinois Air National Guard became the first Air National Guard unit to transition to Phantoms from Republic F-84F Thunder Streaks, which were found to have corrosion problems. Phantoms would eventually equip numerous tactical fighter and tactical reconnaissance units in the U.S. Air Force Active, National Guard, and Reserve. On June 2, 1972, a Phantom flying at supersonic speed shot down a MiG-19 over Thud Ridge in Vietnam for the first supersonic gun kill. At a recorded speed of Mach 1.2, Major Phil Handley's shoot-down was the first and only recorded gun kill while flying at supersonic speeds. On August 15, 1990, 24 F-4G Wild Weasel VS and 6 RF-4CS were deployed to Sheikh Isa Aib, Bahrain, for Operation Desert Storm. The F-4G was the only aircraft in the U.S. Air Force inventory equipped for the suppression of enemy air defenses, SEAD, role, and was needed to protect coalition aircraft from Iraq's extensive air defense system. The RF-4C was the only aircraft equipped with the ultra-long-range KS-127 LOROP, long-range oblique photography, camera, and was used for a variety of reconnaissance missions. In spite of flying almost daily missions, only one RF-4C was lost in a fatal accident before the start of hostilities. One F-4G was lost when enemy fire damaged the fuel tanks and the aircraft ran out of fuel near a friendly airbase. The last U.S. Air Force Phantoms, F-4G Wild Weasel VS from 561st Fighter Squadron, were retired on March 26, 1996. The last operational flight of the F-4G Wild Weasel was from the 190th Fighter Squadron, Idaho Air National Guard, in April 1996. The last operational U.S. Air Force/ANG F-4 to land was flown by Maj Mike Webb and Maj Gary, leader of the Idaho ANG. Like the Navy, the Air Force has operated QF-4 target drones, serving with the 82D Aerial Targets Squadron at Tyndall Air Force Base, Florida, and Holloman Air Force Base, New Mexico. It was expected that the F-4 would remain in the target role with the 82D ATRs until at least 2015, when they would be replaced by early versions of the F.
Please subscribe and thanks for watching.